An atheist Jewish professor, Dr. Rebecca Goldstein, rejects God as the grounding for morality. She presents the Euthyphro dilemma of Socrates and attempts to trap the Christian philosopher, Dr. Craig.
I completely reject your argument that it requires either a grounding in God. There is an ancient argument, it goes back to Plato, from Plato's Euthyphro. Socrates asked a priest, Euthyphro, tell me, what is it that makes something good? And Euthyphro answered that God loves it. It's God's attitude, or the God's attitude, that makes it good. And Socrates asks, well, does God love the good because it's good, or is his loving it what makes it good? If it's the first, that God loves giving to the vulnerable, to the victims, to the orphan, to the widow, because it's good, then there is something independent in virtue of which God loves these actions that makes them good, and that constitutes the reason for the goodness. And if God himself has no reason for it, if it's just whim, if it's caprice, then is that really satisfying our answer as to what makes good acts good and bad acts bad? That the addition of God doesn't ground things at all. And I would like to ask you how you answer the question.
Dr. Craig took on this seemingly tough question and dismantled it in a few seconds.
I'm really surprised to hear you trot out the old Euthyphro dilemma, because this has been answered over and over again by contemporary Christian philosophers like Robert Adams, William Alston, and others. The Euthyphro dilemma is a false dilemma. It posits two non-mutually exhaustive choices. Either the gods love something because it is good, or it is good and therefore they love it. The theistic alternative to the Euthyphro dilemma is that something is good because it is identical with God. God is the good. God is what Plato referred to as the good. So that the reason God wills something is because he is good. And his moral commands to us reflect the goodness of his own intrinsic moral nature. God is by nature essentially kind, loving, compassionate, fair, and so forth. And this completely resolves the Euthyphro dilemma because it's a third alternative.
In Christianity, morality is rooted in the nature of God. When we emulate his moral instructions, we transform and become like him, reflecting his image that is truly within us.